Hey there, welcome back. So in this episode we will revisit loops, and in our previous videos we have checked simple loops, but loops are way more than that. We can create more sophisticated loops, and let me show you one of the example where we can create a sophisticated loop. Now for example, there could be a scenario where we would like to create a loop based on two variables. For example, these variable could be like I and j, right? Now for example, if we would like to create a loop which will, for example, depend on both of these variables, then how we can handle the situation. So let us check how we can handle the situation. So first of all, let us take help of for loop, and the initialization part will be divided in two parts, right? So we will initialize I, and we will initialize this with, for example, in order to make things pretty simple, we will initialize this with 1. Then moving forward, we will also initialize j. So in order to initialize two variable in same portion, we will make use of a comma and we will say j equals to 1. So this is good. And inside the condition part, we will come to the condition part in couple of minutes. So in the condition part we need to do something extra, but first of all let us take care of the increment and the decrement part. So in here, first of all, in order to make things pretty simple, let us increase the value of I and j, both of it, and moving forward we will simply print out the value of I and j. So in here I will say I equals I and j equals, and then we will again, for example, concatenate the value of j. So this seems to be good enough. A very simple statement though. And now coming to the condition part. Now this condition is little interesting. So in here we would be adding the condition as, for example, I is less than 10. And the second condition would be again, for example, j is less than 10. So I will type in j is less than 10. Now this condition collectively should be true or false. As a result, we would be making use of logical operator, and that operator could be like and or. So in this case, let us make use of and let us execute this. And the output is pretty simple. I equals to 1 and j equals to 1. So pretty simple stuff, right? Now moving forward, let us do something special in here. Let us increase the value of j in every iteration. So the value of j would be increased twice per iteration. So as a result, what would be the effect of this loop? Pretty simple. The iteration will change and the output is comparatively different, right? Now in here we can do one more thing. I can also add in the or condition, right? So in here, one of the condition would be true for all the 10 iterations. So let us check what would be the output, and here is the output. So definitely you can create more sophisticated condition, and based on your requirement you can do way more than what a basic loop can do. You can definitely create more sophisticated loop, and definitely there is no upper limit to these. You can make use of more than 2 or more than 3 variables and create more sophisticated conditions, and you can increase or decrease these variable as per your requirement. The bottom line is you can create more sophisticated loops based on your requirement, and sky is your limit. You can create any condition and you can create any type of loops. Now not only for loop supports these kind of scenario, definitely while loop and do while loop also supports these kind of complex scenarios. So let us check those real quick as well. Alright, so before we proceed further and check the while loop and the do while loop, let us add in a multi-line comment in here. Let me format this a little as well. Now friends, if you are finding this little complex to understand, it's absolutely alright. And when you will grow old in programming, these kind of scenario would be easy to understand for you. So even if you are not able to understand this 100%, that's alright. But the overall logic behind this video is to show you that definitely you can create more complex loops. So let us proceed further and add in a while loop. So in here I will say int I equals to 1, j equals to 1 again, and moving forward in here I will add in a while loop, and inside the while loop we can add in condition, and the condition could be like similar to this. Let me copy the condition real quick. So here is the condition, and I suppose I have made some kind of issue in here. I have copied some unwanted and weird stuff. All right, so now this looks good, and in here I can increase the value of I can also increase the value of j, and I can output the value of I and j. In fact, let me copy this statement once again. It will save couple of seconds. All right, and again if I check the output, this will give us some output. Now don't worry about the exact output or why 1 is not showing up. It is not showing up because we are increasing the value of I and j before the statement. So that's something good. We can also do the same with what we say do while loop. Let me add in the multi-line comment once again. And in fact, let me copy this loop and I will make some quick changes in here. So this is the condition. Let me cut it from here and I will make it as do, and let me format this a little, and I will type in while loop in here and add in the semicolon, and that's it. Let me format this a little, and this seems to be good enough. All right, so let me execute this, and this will give us a proper output. So the overall logic behind this video was to show you how complex you can code using this loop. I hope the explanation was good enough. Thanks for watching. Take care.